Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. Cost in XRP. The intended height was greater. Many people have proposed theories along these lines. Hold on a second there. Because I've seen situations like this before in regards to, expectations on specific dates, I'm going to offer some insight. And it often doesn't turn out the way retail speculators had hoped. But we still have headlines like the ones you see on the screen, and they're all over the place, which honestly kind of makes me laugh a little bit, so I just want to highlight a few headlines right at the beginning of the movie. Look at what Coin Edition has to offer. Trader forecasts an XRP price increase of between $12 and $50 by the beginning of 2024. The accumulation expert group thinks XRP will eventually increase in value by 9,600% to $50. Please understand that I am not claiming that XRP will never reach $50. To me, that makes perfect sense. In the meantime, I'll just add that I have my doubts if we're talking about the near future. However, today you also get the bad news, such as this from Newsdesk. Sure, they're ecstatic to see unfavorable XRP headlines return, but there they are. Despite the large number of whales, XRP was still doused in red. The release of the Hinman records, presumably because everyone thought this wouldn't happen after all the whales they'd been buying in recent weeks. Don't go just yet. And here's another one, forecast, XRP loses ground after SEC document release, Ripple lawsuit. But before I explain, let me be crystal clear on something. I come from a completely monetary free background. Nothing I say or write should be taken as recommendations to purchase or sell any security. Just a hobbyist here that occasionally posts films to YouTube on various crypto-related topics. As I write this, the price of XRP is 47 cents, down 8.2% in the last 24 hours. I'll quickly swap from XRP to Bitcoin on this 24-hour chart. Visually, it's pretty much identical, right? So Bitcoin has lost around 3% of its value in the last day. As of the time this was written, it was slightly beyond $25,000. It did go just below the $25,000 mark. Excerpt. He slashed the price to 46.5 cents. The asset class market valuation is just over $1 trillion, with Bitcoin accounting for 47.08% of the total. And because of this, people's worries are growing. The crypto pessimism/optimism index now sits at 46 out of 100. Since the site only refreshes once every day, we'll have to wait another 23 hours and 39 minutes for the next one. I guess I'll just have to wait and see what develops. But I would expect it would be lower because people's fear has decreased and the price has dropped. And then, although I'll point out, it's not all negative news if you consider all the measures. Despite the recent selling pressure on XRP, the opposite is also true. Okay, first off, let me just say this. Today's market is falling. Even in the short run, Bitcoin is almost guaranteed to be the cryptocurrency market leader. Over the longer term, it consistently outperforms all other crypto markets. Unless, of course, we're talking about rare occurrences. But what I'm getting at is that no other currency sets the tone for market movement. Always, only Bitcoin. There is the occasional extreme case, so yes. Not at all related to my point. Consequently, the current decline in Bitcoin's value would increase the odds that XRP would also fall. Not that this is always the case, but I just wanted to reassure you that this is not unique to XRP. Here in XRP, the market is changing in unison with it. It's been amazing to watch the number of accounts grow recently. This graphic in the center of your screen displays the total number of new accounts activated from the start of May to the end of yesterday, June 13th, as that is the most recent full day for which data is available. In fact, you can trace that to the 1st of May. 1,000 to 110, or thereabouts, new accounts each day were created on average. More recently, though, it has been common to see anything from 2,500 to 3,000 new accounts created per day. That's because everyone has been waiting for this Hinman news with bated breath, right? The entirety of Hinman's papers. In the weeks preceding up to this, what did I say? What, if any, effect might the happenings surrounding Hinman have on the price of XRP? It's true that I didn't rule out the possibility of an XRP price increase as a result of the material in the Hinman docs. I in no way intended to disprove that. However, that could only occur if the white paper contained some information extremely beneficial to XRP that we were unable to foresee. You seem to be implying the presence of a smoking gun. We didn't see that, though. Certainly, none of us anticipated that. And so, historically what happens here in situations like this is, if there is a specific date where it is anticipated that something is going to happen, that some sort of incident is going to occur. Then the price suddenly goes up, which rarely never happens. That date is the most likely historical date for the dump to have occurred. Let me illustrate with an example. In late 2017, just a few months before I got involved in crypto, Ripple began piloting on-demand liquidity, which was previously known as XRP. I entered the crypto industry in November of 2017, too. That means they're in the cockpit steering the ship. While not the final, production version, it served its purpose, right? In September of 2018, it was speculated that XRP, now called On-Demand Liquidity XRP, will finally launch. The value of XRP increased as news of the rumor spread. Also, I'm sorry if I'm off with my timing. I'm just trying to recall the details. It was probably around that time, all I know. You can check the numbers for yourself by opening a chart in TradingView or some other platform, but this one should be close. Let's say the beginning of September as a safe estimate. And it was just a matter of watching this, and watching this, and watching this before the price finally began to rise. And in this particular instance, the rumor turned out to be accurate. I don't know if it's true that information was leaked or if it's just a rumor people started spreading. When people spread unfounded rumors, sometimes the truth catches up with them after a while. No, I just don't know. In any case, this myth was widely disseminated, and it contributed to an increase in the value of XRP. In early October of 2018, when the news came at Ripple's Swell conference that, they had just introduced on-demand liquidity, the price of XRP ended up plunging. I don't recall if it was precisely that second, but the news broke and then people immediately started selling. Is it really a big deal that this happened now that we're discussing the Hinman files? Oh, wait, no. Humans tend to repeat the same behaviors over and over again on dates. That's why I called it the only way, after all. And I did say that it was possible that it would increase. I had no idea it had that much upward potential. Only if you had some sort of fantastic smoking gun would I even consider that a possibility. The same holds true for forecasts of how the SEC Ripple case will conclude. The situation is equivalent there. Same basic idea. The result of such cases, thus, unknown. Just like with the Hinman materials, we had no idea what would be within. With the SEC Ripple case being closed, this remains an open subject. And wagers have been made correctly. Even if the news breaks and people have had time to comprehend it, the price of XRP is likely to drop rather rapidly if it's terrible news. However, if the news is bad and people are stupid, the price of XRP might actually increase. However, they soon realize, hey, it actually is horrible, and begin selling in a panic. That is not impossible. Or, if we receive positive news, the cost would increase. This is essentially the same idea. So, the situation with XRP, now called on-demand liquidity, is something similar, except that there was a time when XRP launched, and there wasn't a question of is this good or is it bad. That it would be good was a given. It's a buy the rumor, sell the news situation when the price rises leading up to a day when something is going live. From my observations, I can say with confidence that you can bank on that happening more than 9 times out of 10. I can only speak from my own personal experience, But after being immersed in the field for well over a decade, it seems that way. To be quite forthright with you, I didn't find the fact that it went down very surprising, and I don't think it's all that terrible. Consequently, there are many who believe that the price is artificially low and that there must be a hidden agenda behind it. I've heard similar suggestions made before. I just don't buy it. What I'm witnessing now is consistent with my expectations based on over 5 years of observation. Honestly, it doesn't sound crazy to me if you consider market psychology and human behavior. So if you're worried or confused by the recent drop in the price of XRP, I totally get it, but I can honestly state that it hasn't bothered me in the slightest. And the rains we've been experiencing, oh my, it's been over half a decade since the last record high. Eventually, either we'll be back where we started or we'll set a new record, so it won't matter either way. Everywhere in the middle. In all honesty, it won't matter to me in the long run. This is intriguing because it directly affects me. I find it helpful, but I'm arguing that it won't be relevant in the long run. That's not everything I wanted to say. I won't go through the whole post, but this is from the blockchain supporter and it's dated April 21st. Just don't expect me to regurgitate technical analysis, which isn't the point of this channel anyhow, and I do a good job of avoiding doing so. The proponent of blockchain technology shares his thoughts brilliantly on Twitter and his YouTube channel. So I won't do that, but I will say this because I find his viewpoint interesting. And so he's had this thread on Twitter going back to April 21st, in which he was discussing what he believed to be a reasonable prediction for Bitcoin's future price. The graph is now visible in its entirety. The current price of Bitcoin as of April 21st. You can see where he's anticipating it to go down to a point, and I'm going to show you that on this chart that I've updated to reflect the actual price action. Take a look. That was the final destination he was hoping to reach. Even if you don't own Bitcoin, you should know this: Bitcoin is the market leader and always has been over the long run. Although it is unusual, there have been brief periods when XRP has temporarily led somewhere. However, Bitcoin has been the source of every single significant movement and every single sustained movement for the past 14 years. So, if you scroll all the way down in this thread, you'll get an update from him. His most recent report came just today. In any case, back at 1:35 p.m. My time zone is Central Standard Time, so he says, box entered, end of thread, and then he says, what are you right here? We'll make a new thread post when things get clear, indicating that they expect the trend to go upwards as long as the current one holds, and the divergence continues to strengthen. In other words, when it comes to technical analysis and market conditions, nothing is certain. Always the case, if you will. You can see that the price of Bitcoin has fallen into the range he's been watching since roughly 2 months ago. That being said, let me say this. The investor in blockchain technology is not worried by today's price drop. So I figured I'd bring that to your attention. I felt compelled to bring it up. Go to his channel or his Twitter if you want the technical analysis and rationale behind that. But I figured it was at least somewhat relevant to bring up here. But, you know, on a day like today, I just can't. Should I be concerned about any of this? Not even close, no way. Absolutely not. It's all going to work out all right in the end. As with the SEC's Ripple investigation, we are very close to a resolution. Even though we don't know when markets are expecting it to end, it will end very soon. There wasn't a smoking gun in there that would have prevented the price from doing what it did, so it's not odd to see price down following the hidden items like those two things. For the sake of transparency, I'm going to bring up a 7-day chart. Yesterday, there was a rise that I didn't get to discuss because I wasn't even bringing up prices. The price of XRP jumped from around 52 cents yesterday to little over 56 cents today, as news of the Hinman scandal spread. Thus, my ascent was brief, and I afterwards down. There was a slight increase, but it was swiftly reversed. Right? So, and it makes perfect sense. No incriminating evidence was found, And the news has already exaggerated the story's impact on prices. I can't count how many times I've told you this, but just think back to when the judge ruled on Henman. And I observed that, too, displaying charts to demonstrate how, hey, look, the cost is growing. It follows this piece of information. Is this a big shock? Expert testimony and all the other nonsense that happened in March is back again. As you may have seen, costs have increased. In both cases, then, we hear what appears to be upbeat information. The cost of XRP goes up initially, but then it drops again when no clear cause is found. One thing, then, is that. In addition, I will repeat what I have already said. However, they remain the two primary considerations. I wasn't surprised by the Hinman material in No Smoking Gun. In addition, XRP is trending downwards alongside Bitcoin, so this is moot. But even so, once more, we're almost there. Let's watch what the hell develops with the SEC's Ripple lawsuit. And if it's good news, expect takeoff, until it's horrible news for XRP. That is what I would anticipate. My sloppy, uninformed guess would be that. And I imagine many more are hoping for the same thing. But if terrible news truly comes out about XRP, or if the market interprets whatever does come out as bad news, the price may fall as a result. In any case, that's the way it is. If people are at a loss as to how to use it, the market will decide. As far as news goes, it doesn't really go either way. A decrease in cost is possible. If people aren't feeling the endorphin rush they anticipate, there could be a number of reasons for this. This place will tell. Please share your thoughts with me. No, I don't give out financial advice. Nothing I say or write should be used as a basis for making financial decisions. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.